Well, I'm officially withdrawing from the Robbins World Cup of Trading. I made it for 2 months. The goal was to make it for 12 months, and I did not do that. We're going to go ahead and cover the account stats and the reason why I'm withdrawing, as well as just some raw thoughts after reflecting on my time from the Robbins World Cup of Trading and just some of the fun parts and some of the challenges. So first things first, why am I withdrawing? Well, I said in my initial video regarding the Robbins that when I joined, I was only going to be trading minis, and they have very high margins, very high commissions. And I said back then, and I stand by it, that if I was ever put in a spot where I would be forced to not trade minis, but forced instead to trade micros, I would withdraw. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm in a spot where I am no longer able to trade minis. Therefore, I'm going to withdraw. My account is not blown by any means. I think I'm down 9% or something, but that's enough for me to go ahead and call it quits. And I'm going to show you why, because the commissions are insane. So when we dive into the actual stats of the account, first things first, my balance on the account, E4183, that's the same. It's the same account that I've been showing the entire time. And you see that the account that I'm on is E4183. My account value is $9,145.10. So I am down 8.5%, I guess. My P&L high was 125%, I believe, in January. And it's tough because when I was at that P&L high, it's right when the leaderboard started activating, and I felt this need, and I'll go over this more in depth in a little bit, but I felt the need to keep pushing hard. And the marketing conditions were just really tough for me, to be honest. And so I just got smacked and smacked and smacked and smacked some more, down to 9%. So I guess the account balance total at one point was $20,000, $22,000, I guess, and ending it at $9,145. And just a reminder, I started at $10,000. So that is the current account balance and my final account balance, down 8.5% and withdrawing from the Robbins. Just a reminder, I am still monitoring and I will still be following the Robbins because I am responsible as kind of a third-party audit from the social side with Twitter. I'm tracking the accounts of Dave Trades FX Forum, Day Trader Paradise Matt, the Anti-Trader, and ICT. Those are the 4 people, the official 4 people who have sent me their account numbers so that I can make a video at the end of the year, making sure that they have not traded multiple accounts. I'll be going through all of their broker statements, things like that. If anybody else claims that they have sent me their account, it is false. Those are the only 4 people who have. So I will be still following the Robbins and participating in some capacity for the community in that aspect. Now to dive into stats. So 9145, my actual activity. So this is where it gets a little, you can just tell we're going to talk about commissions right now. So overall, I actually ended the account positive from a trading perspective. So up 23.46 on the account. And so if we do just some basic math here, initial starting balance was $10,000 plus 23.46. I mean, that's 23% up on the account, right? But then you take into the fact that I'm actually at 91.45. That just shows that I have paid $3,201 in commissions in 2 months of trading. That's a lot. I wouldn't even say that I was over trading by any means. It's just when you're paying, you know, almost $15 round trip, it adds up a lot very quickly. That's 32% on an account that you start at 10 grand. It's unsustainable in some capacity. It's very challenging. I found it very challenging. I mean, the fact that I ended the account, like I'm withdrawing while being positive, but also down 8.5%. That's just, it's hard for me to wrap my head around in some capacity. And it just sucks at the end of the day. I've paid them a lot of money. Commissions are part of the game. Obviously, you're never going to be able to just get around it completely. So like, you're going to have to pay to play. I understand that fully, but to be up 23% in profitable trades net and to be down 8.5% because there's 32% in commissions is just a little aggressive in my opinion. This commissions number is wrong because Sarah chart doesn't track it, or I don't have it set up to track. Yeah, the 60% profitable on my trades, average losing and winning trades, 307 or $300 flat and $430. Not good. I was just getting chopped up, man. Chopped up on the account. February was a very weird month to trade, in my opinion. I think that the mornings were very, very slow, followed by massive expansion. And at some point, you get used to it, which I was able to get used to it at the end of the month, but it chopped me up pretty good at the beginning and at the end of January. And we're about to start talking about kind of the mental side of it. But I also just want to quickly cover, why am I not trading micros? It's because the commissions are even more than minis. And it's frankly just not worth the uphill battle for me. The leaderboard is fun and the challenge is fun, but at the end of the day, like, my goal is to make money and use my time. It's opportunity cost at some perspective. Like, I'm about to take a 40K payout from my Apex accounts after 10 days of copy trading my 20 accounts. And like, I've taken another $8,600 payout from my funded futures at the end of January. And so it's like near 50K in prop firm payouts in the last couple months, 2 months. And like, I just want to focus on that and continuing to grind that, as opposed to like really going out of my way to grind this account. It just, to me, the opportunity cost doesn't seem worth it right now, in the mental exhaustion, etc. Which, let's talk about mental exhaustion. So it's very interesting. It's very, very, very hard to put it into words. Kind of like the experience. It's hard to put the experience into words. When you're on the leaderboard and you have, I mean, I'll say thousands. I don't really know if there's thousands of people watching, but when you're on the leaderboard and you feel this need, you know that the leaderboard's going to update every day. There is this need in the back of my head that was really hard to overcome, of not wanting to have losing days, wanting to be consistently strong, because you know that you got eyes on you, you know? And even just like not trading a day was like really challenging, because I did one time and then like I had a ton of people DMing me and messaging me why I wasn't trading. And it's just like, it got into my head, to be perfectly honest. Very challenging. I talked with Tom Dante about this, Trader Dante, and he was saying the same thing. It's just like a whole nother ballgame when you have a leaderboard and people are able to actively track your P&L, etc. It's just as different. And when you're having a small number with like a small account with very high margins, very high commissions, you're wanting to build that buffer and things like that. And I found it very challenging. Fun to be on the leaderboard, fun to compete in some capacity. Very, very challenging for me. I mean, shoot, I was trading very, very well before the leaderboard even came around, right? In fact, when the leaderboard started, I was like, when they finally updated it at the end of January, I was already on the leaderboard, continued to press for like a week, and then it just all fell apart from that point on. And I could not get out of my head that fact that like, I need to be on the leaderboard. I need to be on the leaderboard because I started on the leaderboard. I need to stay on the leaderboard. I need to press really hard. I want to win the records and all of that. And it's just like toxic for trading. It's like very toxic for trading and very hard to meet those needs. And so anyways, overall, very fun experience. I'm very glad I did it. I'm sorry to those of you who are watching who wanted to see me pull it out for 12 months. That's just not going to happen this year. Maybe next year. I'm not opposed to trying again. The mental side of it, again, it's very hard to describe without being in it, I think, but I definitely learned a lot. And so for next year, if I do decide to do it again, I definitely have like a lot of takeaways for how to do it better next year. And yeah, right now I'm just going to continue focusing on my personal trading, down 8.5% on the account. The account's not blown by any means. It's just blown in my mental perspective because I don't want to trade micros. So yeah, down 8.5%. It is what it is. Walking away with most of my entry fee, and excited to potentially do it next year. Thanks for hanging around with the journey on this with me, for following along with me. There's still a lot of traders who are in the competition as of right now. ICT, Dave Trades FX, I am Master 7, or whatever, however you say his name. Anti-Trader, Day Trader Paradise Matt. A lot of social media guys, those 5 social media guys are still in it. Again, I've only gotten 4 of those account numbers. I don't have iMaster 7, and some other people who claim that I have their accounts. I don't have them. But excited to see what they do with it, and how they are able to handle the leaderboard if they make it on there. It'll be fun to talk with them about it after the fact. Sad to be out in some capacity, purely from a disappointment perspective. I feel like I disappointed some people, but at the same time, it's challenging conditions. I ended up positive on the trades. I just got wrecked on commissions, $3,200 of wreckage on commissions. So, you know, it is what it is. But for now, this is the end of my Robbins videos until the end of the year when I recap everybody else's accounts for them and make it all public for them, and potentially do some sit down podcasts with those traders as well. And I'll continue grinding on my live stream, trading my personal accounts, trading my prop accounts, and having a good time doing it, hopefully. So thanks for hanging out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.